Hello and welcome. In traditional networking, if you want to route traffic between two external networks, you connect them to a router, configure the routing protocols, and let them exchange routes. But Cisco ACI doesn't work that way. To make Cisco ACI as a transit network, you must explicitly tell the fabric's control plane to advertise external routes between L3 outs, using the export route control option. Let's see how it works. This is the Create Subnet configuration window that we can see under the external EPG in the L3 out. In ACI, for transit routing, we need to use the Export Route Control Subnet option. That controls which route should be advertised as a transit route out of this L3 out. For example, a transit route can be this subnet here, 140.0.0/24, to be advertised to router 3. So ACI is not the source and it's not the destination of the traffic, right? It transits the traffic. So 140.0.0/24 should be configured in L3 out 3 as a transit route so that it can be sent to router 3. This is an exact prefix and length match, so it's not LPM, it's not longest prefix match. Although this scope is mainly for transit routing, it could be also used to advertise a bridge domain subnet. However, typically we use the advertised externally subnet scope option under the bridge domain to control that, right? So we go to the subnets under the bridge domain and check the advertised externally option there in order to decide whether to make the bridge domain subnet advertised externally or not. We don't usually use export route control subnet to control the bridge domain subnet. And please keep in mind that this scope must be configured on an L3 out that is used to advertise the subnet. This scope is not for an L3 out that is learned the subnet. Again, as I mentioned in our example here, I want 140 subnet to be advertised to router 3. I will define the 140 subnet as an export subnet in L3 out 3, not in L3 out 1. Please keep that in mind. Then we have the aggregate export option, which allows prefixes to be aggregated together in the export direction as 000/0 for IP version 4 or : :/0 for IP version 6 only. So we cannot use aggregate option other than the default route, okay? This option is used in conjunction with the export route control subnet and allows the ACI engineer to export all routes from one L3 out to another without having to list each prefix and prefix length. So instead of listing all subnets one by one, you can use this option to export all routes, okay? When both export route control subnet and the aggregate export are enabled for the 0.0.0.0/0, it creates a prefix list with the 0.0.0.0/0 less than 32. That matches all possible subnets, right? When more granular aggregation is required, a route map in the route control profile with an explicit prefix list can be used. I mean, we will use the route control profile and use an export direction in order to make a granular aggregation instead of having all zeros, right? Now, you see the 140.0.0.0/24 subnet under router 1. We need to advertise it to router 3 and advertise the 160.0.0.0/26 under router 3 to router 1 through the ACI fabric. This is what we call transit routing, okay? Transit network means traffic comes from one L3 out, goes to another L3 out in the ACI fabric. Please keep in mind that we need to configure the export route control subnet under the L3 out that is going to advertise it to the external router, not under the L3 out that receives the traffic from the outside. So I mean by this, L3 out 1 should configure this subnet as an export, and on the other hand, L3 out 3 should configure this subnet as an export route control subnet, okay? I need to configure 160 under L3 out 1. So let's go to L3 out 1, external EPG. We can pick anyone, it doesn't matter. What matters here is the contract that we need to apply, okay? I will pick this one here and create a subnet. (160.0.0.0/26). This is not external subnets for external EPG. No classification here. We don't receive the route from outside, right? we're going to advertise it from the ACI fabric to outside. And we need to click Export Route Control Subnet here. Once we do that, as you can see here, we can do route summarization, okay? Because this is out from the L3 out 1 to router 1 where we run EIGRP. So instead of having 160.0.0.0/26, we can send 160.0.0.0/8, for example, to router 1 as a summary route. But I'm not going to do that. You can do it from here. So export route control, no external subnets for external EPG, because this is not a traffic classification. This is a route to export it to the neighboring router. Submit. At this moment, we should see the route in router 1. If we go to router 1, show IP route. As you can see here, 160.0.0/26. And you can see this tag value. This is a route tag, ends with 295. ACI set this value once it receives a route from outside. So ACI set the tag value for the route comes from router 3, and it advertises the route to router 1 because we applied the export route control. Now, if router 1 send the route to router 2, then router 2 tries to send it back to ACI. ACI will reject the route because it has the tag value ends with 295. So with this tag value, ACI ensures there is no route loop can happen due to the routes ACI accept and advertise outside. Okay, now we got the route. On the other hand, we don't expect router 3 to have the 140 subnet, right? Show IP route. As you can see, let's configure it under L3 out 3 external EPG under subnets 140.0.0.0/24 export route control subnet. It's not an external subnet for external EPG. Again, we configure external subnet for external EPG only if we receive the route from the external router. Now we are under L3 out 3 and we don't receive the 140 from router 3. We received it from the fabric, right? From here. That's why I unchecked the external subnet for external EPG. Okay, so export route control subnet. If you want to allow all routes in the fabric to be exported to router 3, you can just run 0000/0 and do aggregation export. That means every learned route in the fabric will be exported to router 3, okay? The aggregate export, import, and shared routes are all used only with the 000/0. But in our case, we are going to use 140.0.0.0/24. Submit. Invalid aggregation. Okay, export. As you can see, once I select export, I can do route summarization using BGP route summarization policy, because you may decide to send a summary route where this subnet to be a subordinate subnet, right? Like using, instead of /24, 140.0.0.0/16 or /8, okay? I'm not going to do summarization, submit. Now, if we go to router 3, we should see the 140 subnet. And here we go. Show IP BGP 140.0.0.0/24. This is a BGP route. And because we have two BGP neighborship between router 3 and leaf 3, we have two routes in the BGP table. One of them is selected as a best route, which is the directly connected, right? Now, if we ping 140.0.0.14 sourced from 160.0.0.16, router 3 tries to ping router 1 subnet. Okay, IP route 140.0.0.0/24. Show IP route 140.0.0/24. We do have a route. And router 1, show IP route 160.0.0.0/26. Okay, ping 160.0.0.16, source 140.0.0.14. Show IP interface brief. It's 140.0.0.14. And here, show IP interface brief. Yeah, that's correct. The issue is not about routing. We allowed the routing, but we don't allow the traffic, right? 140 has its external APG and PC tag. So for 160.0.0/26 subnet has L3out3 external APG and has its own PC tag. We need to deploy a contract between L3out1 external APG and L3out3 external APG, right? Just like we do for application APG and external APG, like EPGA and L3out1 external APG. L3out1 external APG2 provide and consume, or consumes actually, L3out2 contract. Let's say consume contract 3, which is provided by L3out3 external APG here. Now, if we go to the CLI, router 3, ping 140 using the 160 subnet. Was that a correct L3 out? So the traffic comes from router 3 is 160, which is L3 out 3 external APG, and distant to 140. And 140 destination, it's any subnet. We don't have 140 as a destination, right? It should be 000/0 subnet. So it's classified as any subnet. That means we shouldn't use external APG2 actually. We should use external APG, which has the 000/0 subnet. Here, this one has the 0. So if we go here and apply contract 3 as a consumed contract, we should have the ping successful. Here we go. Alright, that's the end of this lecture. Thank you for watching.